Of a lot, and I'm really excited about the game tomorrow. I know it'll be a very competitive game, probably be one of those games that come down to the fourth quarter, but I'm really proud and honored. Coach Tressel.
You hate to follow that. I think everyone's ready to play.
Let's go.
Right? But really, all you have to do to mention to anyone that's in this room, BW Wittenberg, and they're ready to play. And that's just the way it was, and that's a true story. My dad sat there. It was the game where the Jackets were up 12-0, and then it ended up 16-12. Some of you probably played in it on both sides. He just sat there overnight. I don't think he ever moved. But the one thing that was really neat that I learned growing up was that there's certain people that you would like to emulate and then ultimately beat. I mean, that's how you get good, right? And Wittenberg was that team. They were the group that Baldwin Wallace wanted to become like them, compete with them, and be champions like them. And so when they talked about this rivalry coming back, us old timers, you know, that made us excited. And I know there's people ask me all the time. We had a rivalry at the other school I coached at. And they said, "Well, how'd you get ready, you know, to coach in that rivalry?" I said, "Rivalry? I was in the BW Wittenberg game."
There you go.
But this really is a special time for all of us in sport of football and our athletics departments, and it's really a crucial time at our universities. You know, it's challenging times. There's no question about it. It's challenging times in higher ed. I mean, it's a battle. And so it's fun to get together and think about what made our places so special. You look at all these alums, and I think of all the guys I went to school with and all those guys my dad coached, and Tabor Johnson was on my staff at Ohio State. I had a Tiger named Jim Bridge on my staff at Ohio State. And you think about what all those folks did that graduated from our two schools, it's incredible. And while we want to keep this rivalry going, I hope it goes forever, we've got to make sure we do a great job at our universities.
Yeah.
And because it's a battle out there. I just spent 9 years as a president. Believe me, it's tough. And we've got to make sure we get together with as many people as we can. We've got to make sure all of us that we're blessed to have gone to these two great schools do everything we can to help these two great schools. Because it's that time. And so we've got to make sure we can provide things for our students. As a president, I used to have my hand out all the time because our students needed scholarship support. That's the way you get enrollment. That's just the way it is. And we needed various things done. We needed a great faculty. We needed a great staff. And so as we all think about this extraordinary game, we're going to fight like crazy. We've also got to make sure we figure out how we can help our respective schools, but help each other. Because there's something special about these schools in Ohio, and I always say historically the state of Ohio really was started because these schools tried to find a place to settle, and then a town grew around them. That's just the way history, that's how our state was built. That's why you look at our state, we have so many great liberal arts schools, so many great universities. I think 80-some schools in our state. You know, and that's what got our state going. And so we've got to make sure we do a great job of continuing that, and we've got to compete like crazy and hope that the guys playing now can have events like this when they're our age and think about, you know, the wonderful things that they were a part of and how they can then help their school 50 years from now, because that's what it's all about. And we're proud that you're here and proud to be in the Packard Center. I'm so old, this used to be the Browns building.
Yeah, man.
That's what this building used to be. In fact, I'm so old, I'll leave it at this. I'm so old that my high school coach was a Wittenberg Tiger. be in the game, and I can never understand. I can never understand why. But I think it was because of the rivalry. Well, enjoy the evening, enjoy the day tomorrow, but most especially enjoy figuring out how we can all help have our universities continue to be great ones. Thanks so much.
There you go.
No, that's quite all right.
And here's Maddie.
Talk about hard acts to follow. I am going to use the microphone because my career has not been in coaching, so I don't have the voice.